Company. Happy Thursday. Happy Thrifty Thursday, y'all. I hope you're having a great day. Today, we are going to make a candlestick. We're going to use a bunch of random pieces. All of these pieces right here are going to become a candlestick, and I think it's going to be a really cute. I don't know 100% how I'm going to finish it, but I know how I'm putting it together, okay? I have this milk glass piece, which I forgot to clean. I'm probably going to need to do that. But anyways, I have this little milk glass piece that I got at Anything Goes Trading Company, and it was just something that was sitting outside. I don't really know what it was originally, but today it's going to become a candlestick, okay? So this is the piece. So this is going to be the middle part of our candlestick, okay? So it's just going to become like a little bit of a decorative element inside the candlestick. So that's the plan. I've got a couple of Dollar Tree pieces, and then I've got some random wood pieces. So all this is going to come together and make our candlestick. All right. I feel like my hair it's not it's not parted in the center. I'm like, what is going on with my hair? All right, y'all. So when you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. Let's see who we've got joining me today. All right. Okay, are we on here? For some reason, that's not coming up on Facebook, so I'm just make sure. There I am. Okay, good deal. All right, let's see what we've got. Hi, Aletta. Hey, Sandy. Hello, Dale. Hey, Dorothy. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Sandy from Virginia over on YouTube. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Hi, Carol. Hello, Kim. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. Hi, Maxine and Tammy and Deborah. Good to see y'all. Hey, Jamie. Good to see you too. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are having a great day. It's been a little bit, I wouldn't say it's been crazy, but the gas company has been in our neighborhood for the last couple of weeks redoing all of the gas lines, and they finally made it to the front of our house and neighbors' houses, and they have been digging a trench all across the front of the yard. Some people have concrete driveways, and they are cutting their concrete driveways and digging up all of that. And so it has been interesting to watch today. And I've been a little distracted with it because I keep wanting to go see what they're doing next. But anyway, so there's a big hole all across my driveway right now and across the front of my yard. And so they're replacing all of the gas lines. Hey, Gloria. Hi, Susan. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Pam. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Kay. It's part of a lamp, Kay. I wondered if it was part of like an oil lamp, but I couldn't tell because the bottom seemed like it had like a little metal piece on it, which I removed, but it just didn't seem like it belonged to anything. It was a really weird piece. Making your recipe for chicken salad for dinner. Ooh, fun, Carolyn. I had it today for lunch. I am going to post a recipe tonight. I haven't posted a recipe yet, but I had it for lunch today. It was really good. I'm glad that it got even better as it sat overnight. So it was very good for lunch. I enjoyed it. All right, let's get into it, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is try and clean this up a little bit. So let me grab some paper towels and let me find my cleaner. Like I said, I should have cleaned it before I hopped on my live, but I sort of got distracted. Yes, so it is not hobnail, but it's similar to hobnail. It's got like a diamond pattern, okay? So it's very similar to hobnail, but it's not a hobnail. And it came not complete. So when I got it, it did not have the anything else on it other than this metal piece on the bottom. And so that piece I removed. I might have to take a brush or something to this to get some of this off. I thought about, there is a spot inside that it looks like it's dirty. Let's see, can y'all see that? Hang on, where is it? It's right here. It doesn't look like you can see it, but there's a spot, it looks like it's dirty to me. Yay, Cheryl, if you want a second box, send us a message so we can find out more about what you're wanting. Anyways, I thought about adding some white paint inside there so that it's almost like, it's not dirty inside. It's just like it's lost some of its color. And so it looks darker. Here, right here, this is a good spot to show you. This is like, it's clear. It's completely clear. Can you see that right there? And so I thought about adding some white paint in there to fix that. Yay, Dana, I'm glad. Now, some of this is going to be covered. You're not going to see some of it. Let me see if I have, I used to have, I might not have anymore, like a rough bristled brush. I don't see one. I think I maybe used it for something nasty and threw it away. Pretty sure I did. Let's see here what I can find that might help clean this a little bit. What gets rust off? This is helping, this brush. It's getting paint on it because this brush isn't the cleanest. I don't know if I have any. Let me see if I have some CLR over here, because CLR gets rust, doesn't it? What is that? Calcium, lime, and rust, right? Let me see if I have some. Hang on just a second. I do have some. Okay. I do have some. Barkeeper's Friend. I have some of that upstairs. I don't have any down here. Let's try this. Let's just put some of this into a container. Let's just dunk this down in here. See if we can get that off. I'm not sure if it's working or not. Mostly it's the rust up on the edge, that sort of yellow color, that's bothering me. All right, I would say that's probably good enough. It's not perfect, but I think it'll be okay. Let's get it cleaned up. Well, dried off, I mean. Not cleaned up, we already cleaned it up. Okay. All right. I think that'll be good enough. Okay. So let's do some paint. I am going to do some paint on the inside, some white paint, just to make it look a little bit better. And I'm wondering if I can get a brush in there to get to those spots, so I don't have to like just do a pour. I think I might be able to. Let's try it. I'm going to use a different brush though. Let's try this one. Okay, and I'm just going to use a white paint. Kind of easier to see from the outside. Don't know if this is working or not. It is, but I can't get to all of it. No, I can't get to all of it. Hey Bonnie, my day has been good. Okay, let's try. We're just gonna do a pour. All right, so I'm just going to pour some paint in here and swirl it around. And I'm just going to let it fall. And then I'll let it drain out a little bit. It's not going to all drain out before I'm done. Typically, you would let it just like drain for a couple of days. I'm not going to have that time. But it's all going to be sealed. All these this hole is going to be sealed up. So, okay. There we go. All right, that looks better. So, let me find something. This right here, and I'm just going to sit this here and I'm going to let this drain for a little bit. You can see it's already coming out while I put the base together. Okay. All right. So for the base, I am using this piece right here. This is a Dollar Tree ornament. I'm going to try and remove this sticker that's on the top, because it's just going to be harder to paint if that sticker is on there. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that, Sandy, just so that I didn't have to worry about a bunch of wet paint in there, but it's all right. That was the best option. So this is just like a metal ornament from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to remove all of this sticker. That's all it is. It's just a little sticker. Hey, Jen. And I may have to take a little bit of Goo Gone to this. But this way out, it will, it'll paint a lot easier without this sticker on there. And I think it's going to look better too. All right. Let's grab, I think my window scraper is upstairs. So I have this one here. There we go. Okay, so we got most all of it. We just have a little bit of sticky residue. Stacy, are you asking what am I making? I can't tell what you're trying to say. We're making a candlestick though. We're using this old milk glass little piece that someone said it came from a candle, and we're using it to make a candlestick. Sorry, someone said it came from a lamp, not a candle, a lamp. Like maybe, I wondered if it was like an oil lamp. A little bit more Goo Gone. There we go. Now it's coming off. Okay. All right, so I am going to clean this so that the paint will stick better, because I don't want that grease from the Goo Gone to affect the paint adhesion. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's our base. Okay, I need some super glue. You can also use E6000 for this. With E6000, of course, you do have to wait on it to dry overnight. It is stronger, though, than your super glue. So I have a little circle here that is smaller than this little ornament, the little base, and I'm going to add super glue to it, and we're going to put this down. We're just creating layers to make it look like a candlestick, kind of like a turned wood piece or something. Pam, I used Goo Gone, this stuff right here. Always good to have that in your craft room. I use it all the time. Okay, and then we've got a smaller piece. So another circle. And it is smaller than this one. It's also larger than the little wooden candlestick that I'm going to be using. So we're just centering all of this. This is still not sticking, this first layer, for some reason. And then I've got this little candlestick here. Now I made sure that this candlestick, that this fit, okay, inside this little piece that's on this milk glass. I made sure that it fit inside. So this one actually was a little bit bigger than a lot of the other ones that I had. It fit better. So this is going to sit right on top of that middle piece. Okay. We'll set this right on top. Again, just centering that as well. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the base of our candlestick, okay? And once this sets, we're going to be painting this all one color, so it's gonna all match, okay? And this is gonna be sitting inside like that. Okay, so it's gonna sit inside like that. And that's gonna be the base of our candle holder, our candlestick, whatever you wanna call it. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside. Now, I have a Dollar Tree candlestick right here. We're gonna be using the bottom of this, and we're gonna be turning it this way, and this is gonna become our candle holder, okay? A pillar candle sits perfectly right on top. So this is what's gonna become our little candle holder, okay? So we're going to actually paint this as well, whatever color we're painting the rest. I'm going to leave it on here for now, and then I'll cut this off and then glue it onto our little milk glass piece after we get it painted, okay? So I do need to remove the dust, though, that's inside it. All right. So let's figure out what color of paint we want to use. I think I want to, let's see, I'm trying to decide if I want to use a little bit of chalk paint as a primer coat. I think I do, just to be safe. I'm going to use a little bit of chalk paint, and I'm going to do one coat of it to sort of prime this, because I don't want to paint it white. I want to paint it something else. I'm thinking green, but we'll see. All right. So let's just do a really quick coat of the chalk paint as a little primer coat. And we're going to paint the bottom and the top. And I'm going to paint just down this, just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to need any of that painted, but we'll do it just in case. All right. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. Let's see if this is set. Just make sure all my pieces are set. They're not quite set yet, so I'm going to wait on that. Hey, Adriana. And we'll dry this and go ahead and give it a first coat of whatever color we're going to paint it. So we got to figure that out. So you could do any color. You could also do like brass if you wanted to. That would be pretty. All right. I'm currently in my green era. So I think I'm going to go green. And what color green do I want? I'm looking for aloe, but I don't see aloe. So I think I'm going to have to mix the colors. I don't see a color quite like what I want. So let's grab, this is Hauser Light Green. So we'll use that. And then I want it to be a little bit bluer. So I'm going to add just a drop of peacock blue. Let's see what happens. Not a lot. Let's start with one, see where we get. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of raw umber as well. Possibly some white. Okay, let's mix this and see what we get. Okay, didn't change very much, so we can add a little bit more blue. It's better to start out light than to put too much in. Okay, it's too dark. I'm going to add some of this, since I need to add some white, I'm going to add some of this chalk paint to it rather than the regular paint, just to help give it more adhesion. I'm going to go a little bit more. this is where we're at right now. I am liking it. Trying to decide. Okay, so I want it to be a little bit less bright. And so what I'm doing is adding white, but I'm also adding raw umber. So I kind of like the tone of it, but I want to balance. I don't want to make it darker. So that's why I'm adding the white too. Okay, I think I like that. All right, so that's what we have. Okay. So that's the color that's going to go with the white milk glass. Let me get a paintbrush and we'll paint this. Are y'all like thinking, I don't really know what she's doing? This is to show you, you can take a bunch of random bits. You can create something really cute with it. Just wait till you see how this turns out. That color looks really good. I like that. All right. So I'm going to let this set for a second, and we should be able to paint this piece, hopefully. Yay, Linda. It is finally nice here as well, thankfully, right? I was over that cold weather. It's warmed up a bit today, and thankfully supposed to warm up even more throughout the week. So I'm painting all of this, the metal and the wood, because we're just gonna make it cohesive so that it all looks like one piece. And if you wanted to, you could use like a little bit of caulk. Probably my child. Yes, baby, mommy's live.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. What do you need?
What's for dinner?
I don't know yet.
Okay, because I'm hungry.
All right, I'll figure that out when I'm done. Okay.
Can I have a Lunchable or some raspberries?
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Sorry.
It's okay. Bye. All right. You could always add a little bit of caulk if you wanted to in the crack, just to make that look a little bit more cohesive. All right. Just want to get all of that metal painted. Okay. And let's let this dry a bit. Might have to dry it with our heat tool. Dry both pieces. Wow, Deborah. 95. So it's supposed to be that warm here. It's only supposed to be about 75, I think. '86 in Central California. That's great. Okay. All right, so let's do second coats. We're gonna go in with our second coat of green here. Almost went into the white paint. Okay. There we go. Now let's do this one. Cindy, I am very bummed. Very, very, very bummed. I have known for a while, but doesn't change things. We are actually going, though, next week for the day. So it'll be the last time that I ever get to go. And it is very sad. All good things have to come to an end. And to top it off, my favorite restaurant here in town is also closing. It is my favorite Chinese restaurant. If you know me, you know that I love Chinese food. It is my most favorite type of food. And this place is my most favorite place. I grew up eating it. Those were the days that I was always the most excited, was when we got to have walk and go at home for dinner. And it didn't happen very often, but I was always so excited when it did. And they're retiring. I completely understand. And I'm happy for them, but I'm very sad for me. So 2 of my favorite places are leaving me, and I'm not happy about it at all. But it's okay. We'll be all right. All good things come to an end, right? I was just thinking last night, I don't know why, but I was thinking about Kmart, and I was thinking about how much I miss Kmart. It's funny how we take things for granted until they're gone, Why I was thinking about Kmart, I don't know, but I liked Kmart, and it was nice. We had a Kmart here in this town, and it was nice to have because it wasn't like Kroger, I know, Nancy, I know that too. Sad, sad, sad. Linda says it's her favorite too, and you're not going to be here to see it close. Wait a second. You might be. I don't know. I don't know when when Dad's coming to get y'all, but they close the end of April. Doreen says she loved Kmart's linens and towels. Teresa says, I loved Kmart. I loved it too. It was always, I would just go in there and take a look around, and I liked to look at their home stuff. Never really cared for their clothing, but, it was a good place to go if you needed something and you didn't have time to go, to Lexington. For us, Kmart was an option. And I just liked having that option, They had all the things there that you could at least look at if you needed. Otherwise, we don't have it here, We just have a Kroger. And then dollar stores and a Save-A-Lot. So, I've never heard of Zodi's. It's fun to reminisce, though, about the way that things were, All right, so this is how this is looking now that it's all painted. I think this could also be reversible if we wanted it to. Let's paint the the other side of it so that we can make it reversible. And we can see. Cheryl, we are in Kentucky, central Kentucky. So I'm going to paint this side as well so that if we want it to be reversible, it can be. Because I do think it could be either side that you use. I know, Toys R Us. I know. I don't know. I think Griffin went to Toys R Us, but he probably does not remember it. I do not like Save-A-Lot, Gail. I actually really don't like it at all. My dad loves to go in there. I hate it. I hate it, honestly. I would much rather go into Kroger. I'm not 100% sure why, but I would rather go into Kroger any day than to go into Save-A-Lot. Yeah, I don't like that store. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure why. I think one reason is because it's always an ice box in there. I think another reason is because it smells. It has an odd, it has like a, what's it called? Not like a butcher, but like a meat market kind of a smell. I don't like the smell, and they usually only have one person working the register in the one at my town. So if you go in there and you have like one item, but somebody in front of you is checking out and has a whole cart full, you have to stand and wait. And they don't have self-checkout. The other reason why I don't like it is because I don't like, if I'm in a grocery shop, I just want to be able to get everything I need all in one place. I don't want to have to go to multiple places to shop. That is just annoying to me. I just want to get it and be done with it. And Save-A-Lot is that. They're not going to have everything that I want. And so I'm going to have to go somewhere else as well. And I think when you end up having to go multiple places, you end up spending more money than actually saving money, which is what you're supposed to be doing. But no, I don't remember that, Lori. Zales, but I think Zales is still around. So you're probably not talking about Zales. Smells the same, Danae? Yeah, don't like it. All right, so here we go. We got everything painted. Okay, so we painted that side and like this, so we can do it either way. Now there is the little holes on here, so I'm planning to just turn it so that you don't see those holes. Okay. Let's close this up, get this cleaned up, and we'll put this together. I do like Aldi, but I feel the same way about Aldi. I can't always get everything that I want at Aldi. And one reason why I don't go to Aldi is also because we don't have one here in our town. So I have to go to one of the towns over, either to Lexington or to Frankfort. And it's just a hassle, in my opinion. I just want to get it done. All right, I'm going to take my, what are these? Bolt cutters. And I'm going to cut this up here at the top, I think. just like that. If you don't have bolt cutters in your craft room, you should get some. Okay, so then let's take this. It's been draining for a little while. I'm going to remove the paint from the outside. And I'm going to put some heat in here to help this dry just a little bit. The reason why we did the paint in here, this was not necessary, but the reason why we poured the paint inside here is because there was some spots that were sort of thin and they were clear, like the color was coming off. And so it looked black and it looked dirty on the inside. So that's the reason why we decided to add some paint inside. So we just did a pour and swirled it around and then let it drain. Ideally, you would let this drain overnight or even for like 24 hours so that it could completely drain out, and then it would just dry. But we don't have that kind of time because y'all don't want to wait that long. You want to see results now. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do, okay? And we'll see how this turns out. All right. So this piece is going to go here. This piece is going to go right here on the top. Look at that. Okay, but now I have to decide. I think I want to distress it, y'all. So let's do a little distressing. Let's see what sanding looks like. We may have to do some faux distressing with the pouncer because I don't want the metal to show through. So I'm just taking my sander and I'm just going to sand a little bit. You know what? Let me replace that with a new one. This one's not the grit that I prefer, but it'll be fine. It'll still do the job. So we're just going to expose that white that's underneath. Like I said, I think around this bottom, we're going to have to do a little faux distressing with a pouncer. Okay, and we'll do, yeah, and we're going to have to do the same thing with this one. So let me grab a pouncer. I'm just going to take this paint that drained and we'll just remove some of it. And I'm just going to take and just very gently just rub this right on the areas where I want to highlight and make look distressed. So I'm just kind of gently rubbing it across the top and the bottom. And I also want to get down these little edges to make that stand out a little bit more. All right, and then we'll also get the rest so that everything matches. I want it to look cohesive. You can just kind of rub it in spots just to make it look like it's been distressed. Thank you, Dorothy. All right, so there's the bottom piece. So now let's do the top. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna rub this along the top edge here. Make a little more paint. Okay. So that's the top. Let's dry it. And then we're ready to glue everything together. All right, so this piece is going in like this. So this little bottom, whatever that is. All right, I'm gonna use some hot glue. No, let's see, yes I am, here it is, okay. All right, I've got my hot glue. I'm gonna fill this little candlestick up with some hot glue. This is just gonna help. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more. To give it a little bit of something to adhere to. And then we're gonna use some super glue. You could also use E6000 as well. Thank you, Cheryl. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining me today. So I'm just gonna go super glue right along this edge, kind of on the inside and kind of on the outside. And then we're just gonna sit this right inside there. Press that down. Okay. Now, this piece is going to get glued right on top here, and there's not a whole lot to help hold this on. E6000 would definitely be your best option here. I'm going to use some super glue because it's quick hold, and I'm just going to glue this right on this top edge. Just like that. And then this fits almost like it's about the same size. So I'm just going to put this on and try and center it as best I can. And just press that down. That is precious. So precious. I love stuff like this because it just has this such unique look about it. All right, I'm going to use some paper towels to remove any excess super glue. I'm just holding that down so that it'll be secure. Oh my word in heaven. Look how cute. Now it's going to need to set a little bit, but how adorable is that? Isn't that precious? I love it. I love how that turned out. Okay, so do y'all want to see it flipped over? Do you think you're going to like it flipped over? Or do you like it like that? Here it is flipped over. What do you think? Which way do you like better? I think I like it the other way better, but either way works. We are having, by the way, an auction next week. So make sure that y'all join us on Monday evening. We're having an auction at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you've never participated in an auction before, they're lots of fun. We auction off all of my creations, okay? So it's really fun. I'm not surprised, Carolyn. I'm not, honestly. Oh, we're pretty split on how y'all like it. I like it best this way because it feels like it's just right because of the shape of this little piece and the way that it kind of comes up. It feels right. When it's the other way, it feels a little more like it's upside down to me. But I liked it both ways. They were both cute, but I think I like it this way the best. That turned out so cute. Loving it. All right, y'all. So you can make something out of all kinds of things. If you have something or see something at a thrift store that's broken, are you able to use part of it for something? Maybe you have something that's broken. Can you repurpose it? Do you know what I mean? Think of ways that you can reimagine things. This was just some random piece that it literally has been sitting in my cabinet for a couple of years now that I got at Anything Goes Trading Company that was sitting outside. It was rusted. It had, let me show you. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I don't see it. Here it is. Oh, I'm trying to dig it out of the trash. Okay. It had this piece on it, and I removed that. So it was on this bottom side. I removed that, and so it was just this glass piece. And there you go. We just put some stuff together that I had laying around and made a little candlestick. So get creative, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an amazing Thursday. I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.